you guys obviously have heard of Wordle, right? And have you heard of the other app called Hurdle? Heardle. So allow me, while you guys are listening, I'll pull up Hurdle on my device, and we'll try to do this together. It is an audio volume up. All right, so I'm just going to put it right here next to the microphone. We'll see if this works. Did you guys hear it?
Yeah, that's Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. I wanted that, or I like it that way. Yeah. So we just guessed that in the first second. It's the new version of Name That Tune.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I talk to my kids about it all the time, and they're like, what was it? It was Lisa Loeb. Lisa Loeb came up. And we got it. Look at that. That's enough of that. Oh, God, it's still playing. Oh, shit. There we go. Lisa Loeb. Do you guys remember Lisa Loeb?
Oh, yeah.
Good old Canadian Lisa Loeb. And I play the song, and they're like, oh, this song sounds really good. Is this Taylor Swift? No. It could be Ariana Grande doing an unplugged version. I hate you.
Oh, yeah. I know. I think I'd punch babies after that.
Okay, so I had a similar thing happen, except so the majority of where I work at, a lot of the kids listen to hip hop, as do I. I consider myself a hip hop head. So my favorite thing is always with the kids when they come up to me, be like, Mr. Luke Willow, I discovered this new artist. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but let's entertain the idea. All right, who'd you discover this weekend? I think I forgot how to pronounce it, but his name is Tupac or something like that. I'm like, you mean Tupac? As in Tupac Shakur? And they're like, yeah, you know about him? I'm like, duh. I'm like, child of the 90s, hello. They're like, yeah, he was cool and everything. I was like, okay, Nick, what's your favorite song? What's this one? I was like, is it the one with Dr. Dre? Yeah, I'm like, everyone likes that one. It was like, you're a fake fan.
My ambitions as a writer. But he's not even. He's not hip hop though. Anyway.
He's also not dead either.
No, he's living in fucking Easter Island.
He's in Jamaica.
With the Notorious B.I.G. too.
Oh, Biggie's dead. Screw that shit.
Yeah,
Shook took care of that.
yeah.
Allegedly.
Next thing you just hear.
Things you can't talk about. Suge Knight and Hillary Clinton.
Your emails may magically disappear from your server.
This is the last time that we have proof that Mike existed.
By the way, I am okay. I have zero plans about hurting myself, just to let y'all know.
Let's rewind 20 years to May 25th, 2022 on this fateful evening where Mike, also known as Z German, mysteriously disappeared from his residence in Florida. Yes, there was many a story about how he ended up on Monkey Herpy Island, but it is still unsolved to this day. This is the last picture we have of him.
Oh, shit. Only if you can get that one guy from Unsolved Mysteries to do it. I know he's dead.
God.
If you have any evidence, please call the number below.
That show felt like a fever dream.
My God, you can hear you can hear that voice for the rest of your life.
Oh, forever.
They tried to bring that show back a couple years ago, and it just didn't stick. And I'm like, because they have too much crap to watch. They really don't. They really do.
Yeah.
By the way, for any of the Disney Plus fans, did you watch the Rescue Rangers movie?
Oh my God!
Not yet.
Oh my God!
Shut up! That is for this weekend. Shut up. It is on my list.
It is excellent. You're gonna love it. It's fresh enough, but it also plays homage to the original stuff. It's great.
My kids were talking about it today, and they were saying how bad it was. And who are Chip and Dale? I'm like, they're the Galdarn Rescue Rangers. Is who they are.
So, speaking of not reboots, but movies from our past, I know we are completely off teacher topic, but
listen, it is fine.
Top Gun.
Can't wait.
I have heard one of my students got early tickets to watch it last night. Yes. And they rated it a 9.5 out of 10. And they were fans of the original. So this isn't like a new type thing. They actually turned around and saw the original, loved the original, is a cinephile. They love movies. And they were like, it is perfect. It's new. It pays tribute, but it does not just rehash. Yes, I'm excited for it now.
Yep.
So Top Gun was a movie from the 80s, Mikey.
I know
so
what it
this
is.
has Tom Cruise, Anthony Edwards, and Val Kilmer.
And what it is a bunch of gentlemen who fly airplanes for the military. And they go to the school that's called Top Gun School, in which these are the best pilots to have ever flown at their time.
I know what Top Gun is. Need I remind you that I have a father that is military? So, what do you think? My dad's
Feel the
excited
need-
for this movie. I think he says
Need for Speed.
my dad's excited for it. It's been 25 years in the making for him. He said, "I'm like,
when I saw that movie end, I was like, "There's gonna be another one."
Great ending. It
It was
suddenly turn around and say, I don't think I've ever heard anybody not like Top Gun.
No, me either. No.
yeah."
Mikey's got like that. There's that one thing. Go ahead, Mikey.
No, we're good.
I ain't opening that fucking can of worms with you two assholes.
Yes, like I value our friendship, so I'm like, we're not going to. But no, it's always interesting, especially students like the weekend when something big happens, and they always want to talk about it. Though I do have questions sometimes when I talk to parents. I'm like, now, I'm not saying that I'm telling you how to do your job, but I don't think my sixth graders, like, earlier this year, the biggest thing, too, for the couple of weeks was, like, when Squid Game was a huge thing.
Yes.
Still haven't seen it.
It's, if you've seen a Death Game show, you have basically seen them all, essentially. I still enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about my sixth graders watching it. But then my mom talked to me in that story, because my mom works as a resource teacher, so she gets K through third grade. And so she asked me when I got home, she's like, "Hey, what's Squid Game?" And so I explained it to her, and she's like, "Now I have questions." I'm like, "Why? What happened?" She's like, "One of my third graders told me they watched it with their dad." I'm like, "What third graders watching Squid Game?"
My son just finished third grade. They were watching Squid Game. And I'm like, that is a little on the violent side. I'm all for some exposure, but I'm like, that's a little much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the desensitization of any and everybody watching fucking social media of any kind.
And then this most recent one. So I guess it depends, but a lot of my students are into like the Korean drama shows. So the most recent one was All of Us Are Dead. So I'm just like, why are we Don't get me wrong, I love me a good zombie show, but still, I'm just like, it's great. But yeah, I'm just like, those ones I have questions with, but I'm always for it. It's just like, because I'm a big comic book person. So I have one 8th grader this year. Every time a new Disney Plus show drops or the movie drops, like, he'll come in during lunch and I'm like, "Mr. Laguillo, did you see this?" I'm like, "Yes, let's talk."
Same thing. Yep. Any of the Marvel little miniseries, my kids are like, "Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?" Now let's
And it's
talk
always
about it.
I'm always surprised when they're like, "You watched this?" I was just like, I didn't know that there was an age limit here. What are we talking about, you guys?
Children nowadays.
Here's one for you.
Go for it.
I was to say, what is your spoiler? Can't talk about it in class, period. How long do you give your kids before they can openly discuss something?
Ooh. So, with the movies, I usually give them the first 2 weekends to go see it before we start discussing theory. Unless it's the student that's always coming to me at lunch, because that is the only way I keep him safe from the other 8th graders, because they'll fight him if he spoils anything. If you are speaking, Mike, we cannot hear you.
Now.
There it
you
is. For a minute, I thought my headset died. I'm like, fuck, these were charged, man.
So I give them 1 week. I say you have 1 week before you have to announce spoilers. So if you want to talk about it, you're like, "Hey, we're going to talk about this. And if everybody's good, we can talk about it. But If somebody's, no, I haven't seen it yet, then we just shut it up and we don't talk about it. But after 1 week, it's fair game.
I'm in the same boat. I give it about a week. It depends on what it is. If it's a cinema release, I give it 2 weeks. Because I know a lot of kids are super busy. Like, a lot of my kids play multiple sports right now, so I'll give them 2 weeks. But on the board, I'll be like, new Disney Plus equals Bruno. 1 week, we don't talk about Bruno.
Let me tell you, okay? Like, so hot take, I enjoyed the movie. I prefer Coco over it. I got tired of the soundtrack real fast, including that song.
It's the only time I'll allow my kids to talk about it. If someone starts bringing up a movie, they'll be like, look at the board. We don't talk about Bruno.
I am tired. I'm like, well, I know how because it blew up on social media, but how did the song end up number 1 for 3 weeks on the Billboard charts?
It's like a weatherman in Seattle. They just open the window, go, we have no idea what the fuck is going on.
It's because Lin-Manuel Miranda, he said, you know what? I have this success that I'm going to run with. Hamilton was great. And so he's, you know what? I am now going to make a Disney movie. And he ran and found the catchiest damn songs, put them on a great track, and they dead horsed the shit out of it.
He's a genius when it comes to that shit, but they overran it.
Oh, yeah. They dead horsed it. They beat the ever-loving fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I was so done with it by like weeks after the movie was over. I'm like, if anybody else starts singing the song, we're going to start deducting points from quizzes and homeworks and grades.
So I have one caveat to the Pressure song from that same soundtrack. Have you heard of No Resolve? Do me a favor, look it up on your phone. No Resolve, and they sing Surface Pressure. And they're a cover band in a way, but they put a rock on it. And they did a version of Garth Brooks where the thunder rolls. Phenomenal.
Starting an online store is
I'll be right back.
No, yeah, I was just like, that song got drove to the ground, and I told my students, I'm like, we ain't gonna sing this again. And of course, they're middle schoolers, so they have the mental capacity of a pinto bean, so they jump to the next thing.
Yeah, see,
Like-
look at Brett. He is jamming this. It's really that good.
What? As an audiophile, I'm okay with this.
Check out No Resolve. They're phenomenal. And this isn't a plug. I ran into them through a TikTok a while ago, and I was like, oh, what? They do covers of so many great songs, and they're amazing.
Isn't it so funny how TikTok has become a new outlet to find new musicians? I'm
Oh
like,
my god! But can we also just backtrack for just 1 second when Mikey down there said caveat? Do you not sound like some super fancy prissy boy coming from an English Oxford college? I have one caveat. Sorry, had to say it.
Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. I can't remember. It's freaking Letterkenny. Do either of you watch Letterkenny?
Sir, that's what I appreciate about you, Kate. Is that what you appreciate about me? Settle down there, Squirrely Dan.
What's the thing that they do the
Oh no, stop it.
It'll be stuck in my head until I remember what this is.
To be fair,
that was my favorite.
I tried to get my wife to watch that, and she just looked at me like, "You're fucking dumb. This shit is stupid." And I'm like, "Look,
Good.
I'm like, babe, I love you so much. This is my Real Housewives of whatever fucking county you're watching." Okay.
That might be the softest thing you've ever said.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we just did.
That was such an over-the-top head bob that I knocked my fucking headphones off. Let's go. I say that in front of my students all the time. A kid will look at me and go, well, to be fair, I'll be,
See, I do that too. It's what is it? I was like, do you guys not watch anything other than like SpongeBob? What the fuck am I doing over here? I'm getting my ass kicked by my fucking headset over here. I was trying to straighten my hair out, and I'm getting all tangled up. I'm like, what the hell happened here? That's
And
really
now Mikey's release from his headphones where he has to dislocate his shoulder. My God, dude, just these kids are like, that's not funny, right? No one's laughing. We don't get it. I'm like, that's because you're uncultured swine.
Yes.
Can we talk about how vicious these kids have gotten? Like,
holy shit!
Each other or to us?
Yes.
Both.
Holy shit. These kids, look, I'm a firm believer if I wake up in the morning and 99.9% of the time I've chosen violence and I've looked out upon my field and with which I grow with my fucks and I see that it is barren. Okay. He does not have a t-shirt. Oh no, he's got a mug.
No, he has the jar of fuck.
Where did you find that and how can I buy 10 of them?
My work wife, my teacher bestie, she made this for me. And this is what actually got me kicked out of making TikToks at school, is because she made this and this one went freaking like viral type thing. She made a small business and made about $600 to $800 making these jars for people.
Tell her if she'll do it again. I'll send her like $30-$40, whatever it costs. I'll do it like tomorrow.
So you can find her on it's Tiff Librarian Brown or something like that. I
follow her.
You follow her?
I'm almost 100% positive I follow Tiff Librarian.
Teacher TikTok is like such a weird small circle.
Yeah, that's my work wife.
I think it was you who got me on Educator Andrea.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a snitch, but I am a mandatory reporter. Love her. I'm like, I keep on forgetting to buy one of those shirts of hers.
Yeah, will you shut up, Tiff?
Yeah, it's Tiff Brown. Shit.
Brown. Maybe I'm not. That's just the most generic fucking thing ever. Doesn't help at all. Find her.
And by en route.
We are Oscar Mike.
In case you don't do it either. Just send it to both of y'all.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we are friends.
Same.
Okay, sweet. Oh, no. So she actually, I think she's the one that showed your video to me. Yeah, so she found you and was like, hey, gotta check this dude out. And I was like, all right, cool. And that was about the same time that Principal Gary followed me.
I still don't have fucking Principal Gary. I'm a little upset with you on that one.
What? Oh my god, I fanboyed out a little bit on that one.
Bro, when Scott D. Henry followed me, I'm like, my wife looked at me and she's like, you're okay? And I said, I'm okay. And then Tainted Lyric fucking followed me.
Oh my god, dude.
When Tainted Lyric, so I've been following Tainted Lyric before he did country, when it was mostly Steve-O.
Oh, I love a Steve-O shit. That Steve-O was the best.
What's up? So he's got his own Steve-O channel?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
yes,
good.
I did find it. Yeah, he doesn't post too much on Steve-O.
No, not yet. But, so I've been following Scott D. Henry forever, and then Tainted Lyric forever. I used to comment on all of his shit on my other account. And then all of a sudden this came out, and I'm like, I got home from work, wasn't thinking anything of it, was just like, whatever. I had accidentally unfollowed him when I was clearing my followers list. And I hit it again because I love watching his shit. And I'm like, there's no way in hell this guy's ever going to follow me. No, it's never going to happen. So I'm like, DDD. And then I wake up in the morning and I check my phone. All of us do during our morning constitutionals. And I'm scrolling through and I go, wait a minute. That says, I can now message Tainted Wait. What? Same reaction when Scott followed me the first time on my other account. I was like,
I'm sorry. Scott D. Henry's following me? This guy?
I've actually played COD with Tainted.
nice. I've played with Beer Bong John.
Nice.
Iron Sanctuary lives about an hour from me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've known Iron Sanctuary for years.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love his content. He doesn't make as much as he used to.
He's a dad now, and he's a very happy dad.
Yeah, and he's also doing the muscle thing. He's doing the bodybuilding, and he's broadened his thing. I love his content. I liked his stuff better than Beer Bong.
We tried to talk to John about that a few times, and John just didn't listen. So it is what it is.
But actually, his sister Ashley follows me, though.
Ashley by the Sea, let's go. Have you guys found this guy? He's a streamer. He streams 99.9% Apex. He's a great dude. His name's Kyle Driver.
The name sounds familiar.
I'll have to send you a shit. He's a good dude. I knew him before he blew up. I knew him before, like, he and I started streaming when I did streaming at almost the exact same time. And he and I used to banter back and forth in each other's lives, in and out, just talking so much shit. And then this guy exploded. like in overnight, kind of what I did. And I'd like, dude, I knew you when you were when. Like, he's actually going to be in Seattle on Friday, so that's going to be pretty fucking awesome. I get to go meet him finally face to face.
Dude.
Yeah, that's him. Good dude. Good dude. But anyway, yeah, back to the fact, not Seth Rogen. When we get back to the fact of how vicious these damn kids have become. We got sidetracked thanks to Tiff. If you listen, I'll be contacting you soon.
It goes to show that teacher TikTok is a weird small world.
Oh my God, is it ever? I do not have attention deficit. Oh, squirrel.
Shiny.
These
Depends.
kids are evil.
Oh my God. I had a kid straight come in and look at me today, as a matter of fact. Of course, today of all days, when I'm in a serious mood and I'm like, I ain't putting up with any of your goddamn shenaniganery. Okay. You sit down and let me love you. Because you're going to understand after what happened yesterday. You guys need to know where my head is. But anyway, Kid looks at me and goes, "You're 6'3" and bearded. Why are you being a bitch?"
Just cuz? Oh my.
And you didn't put him through the table?
I said, "Listen here, sir. Number one, it's okay for men to show emotions. Number two,
Fuck you.
Number two, my room is a safe haven for 90% of the opinions. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't ever call anyone that word." "Well, men don't cry, so that means you're a bitch." I'm like, "So twice in one class period." What I say was wrong?" I'm like, "Oh my God."
Giving you a chance to walk back from this?
Yeah, like I literally turned on the escalator going down, and you're fighting it. Okay.
Usually they're smart enough to, when you give them a chance and you give them that kind of dude, not cool, walk back. Most of my kids, you give them that little raised eyebrow, get little people's eye, give that stuff to them. Like I had one, they were attempting to be crass for no other reason. They're like, "Oh, you're just mad because," I told them, I was like, "Y'all, break it up." It was boyfriend and girlfriend sitting in the class. We weren't on task. We were completely done with the lesson. I was like, "Hey, y'all sit up. You guys are a little too on top of each other." And she was like, "You're just mad because your wife isn't giving you any." I was like, "I said, I'm going to give you one shot on that one, and you better utilize it real quick." She was like, "What?" The boyfriend was sitting there, like, "Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry." And she was like, "My bad." You can pretty much say anything you want in this class as long as you're not being mean or ugly for the whole intent of being mean and ugly. For the most part, they do follow it, but I will have kids roast each other. One kid's talked about a girl's forehead, and she turned around and goes, "Even with my big-ass forehead, I've pulled more chicks than you."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, girl.
And if y'all look, you're like, "I'm proud." I can't, like, hell,
I can't show it.
Yes, but I'm like,
You have to put on the Beverly Hills. I just had way too much Botox injected in my face.
so what actually I did even better one than that is I have that tape or that sticky wallpaper stuff that's a whiteboard.
Yes.
I have that on a chunk of my wall. I have student quotes. Now, they are not allowed to put any context with this. All they do is put that quote, and then they initial it. And yeah, that's when somebody does one of those good ones, I'm like, the wall. Go over there, dry erase marker on it, write it straight up. Even with my big-ass forehead, I still pull more chicks than you. And she signed her name.
Yes.
I was going to say, when you see her next, give her a high five from the other bearded teacher, but that won't be for a while because, you're a dick.
She just graduated.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I hope that was her senior quote.
God, I wish that was. I need to start getting the yearbooks.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Oh.
So I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys yet, but my favorite roasting ones is when your loudmouth student picks on the very quiet kid, and then the quiet kid just like wakes up one day, chooses all the violence in the world, says one thing, and it shuts up the loudmouth for the whole entire week. And that's what happened to me last week.
Oh, do tell.
I'm intrigued.
So this is in math class. So once again, this is my 6th grade class, my cohort 1 kids, which there's only 8 of them. So it gets better. So I'm not the. Sometimes I question why they break the kids up the way they do, because I'm like, in that cohort there are 7 boys and 1 girl. I'm like, my poor girl. But let me tell you, I'm proud of her. She's the quiet one in this story. So doesn't talk at all, minds her own business, is very intelligent. I have one boy, he's loudmouth. He just runs his mouth. I'm like, bro, you gotta shut up, bro. Nobody wants to hear all that nonsense. Of course, he thinks he's like big and bad, and he's like the sports bragger, like personality student, where he might be failing in the classroom, but he's God's given talent on the soccer field, which he ain't. Don't tell him that. But anyways, so they're working on a project for the next 3 weeks, and so my quiet student and the loudmouth end up in the same group. And so they're working, and this loudmouth keeps going after her, just roasting her for no reason. And I'm like, dude, you better quit it, because she's going to choose violence one day, and you're not going to survive. And he said, whatever, man. And I love a good Friday math class, because it made my weekend a whole lot better. So we're in the middle of class, and he keeps running his mouth. And he's like, yeah, like I made this many goals. I'm like, dude, I watched the game. You were not even playing. He's like, whatever, mister. You saw me pulling my skills. And my student, like, quiet one, not even a split second, while she's continuing doing her work, doesn't even give him eye contact. She's just like, you pull all this game on the field. This is now, if you can pull your grades up better, maybe more girls would talk to you, and just keep going. I'm like, oh my God. No, this is where it gets better too. My loudmouth students is, do you want to say that again? And I gave kudos to my quiet one, because she's, sure, let me say it again. And then says it in Spanish to him. I'm like, did you understand me now? And then goes back to work, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, yes! I was like, ooh, you got told off in English and Spanish. That's double embarrassing.
My favorite is when you start hearing this from the quiet kid.
And the faster that click comes, you're like waiting and just watching these kids. You're like, oh, are you?
Somebody's about to get it.
I'm like, that's the rattlesnake. You dumbass. When this gets louder and quicker, that means run.
We had I have a little girl in my class, just the sweetest little, quietest little thing, but she can shoot mean glares. She can mean mug with the best of them. She hit me with one earlier in the year, and I'm like, I ain't gonna mess with you. You're good people. She has this kid who sits directly across from her, who can't keep still, so he kicks her multiple times a day, all on accident. Okay, maybe mostly on accident. And finally, one day, she grabs our history book, picks it up out of the desk, and slams it on top of the desk. And I just sit back and I go, you're going to die.
Grab the popcorn real quick.
And she just looked at him and said,
if I feel your nasty ass feet touch me one more time, I'm going to cut you. And we don't have sharp objects in the school.
and then just sat back, and I'm like, and the kid just looked at me like,
you going to let her talk to me that way? And I'm like, bruh, I'm old. I didn't hear what she said, so we're good.
I'm telling you, man, like, these kids don't understand. I'm like, you don't want to mess with the quiet ones, because the quiet ones, they will hurt you. And more, they will hurt you not physically, but they'll mess you up emotionally and psychologically.
Your feelings. They're like, I've pet this up for too many years. Screw you.
yeah.
Just like when the quiet ones roast the kids, I was just like, I don't know why I'm feeling pain, but I'm getting a flashback.
All right, so I want to have this conversation. We're talking about kids saying stupid shit in class.
Right.
Both of you sports guys?
For the most part.
Did you play any sports in your younger, more formidable years? Okay, Mike, did you play them when you were younger? And Mike, did you play them last week when you were in middle school?
I did cross country, track, soccer.
Okay. I did baseball for a number of years until high school, and then I did water polo for high school.
Baseball stitches.
Oh, I thought you were like Irish dancing or something. We're going to talk about stitches. I'll show you scars. Shit.
Hey, listen, you are not
Mel Gibson, and I am not Renee or whatever, Susan Sarandon. This is not Lethal Weapon 2, okay?
And by the way, Renee Russo.
Thank you. I started off by saying Renee, and I'm like, that's not right. That's not right.
Renee Russo.
I had this kid, 2. It was 2. I got the movie, damn it. Mr. Colley, in sports, strength is everything. What? How is strength everything? And they go on to justify with some pretty valid, well, look at the football players. And I'm like, as a football coach, you're wrong. And they're like, who do you think the best player ever to play any sport was? I said, well, then let's start talking about sports. Best WNBA athlete to ever step foot on the court, Sue Bird. Best basketball player, Michael Jordan. Strongest basketball player, Wilt Chamberlain. They're like, wait a minute. And I said, you put Wilt versus Shaq? And I said, Tim Duncan versus Shaq, who won every day? And they're like, Shaq. And I'm like, no. Tim Duncan mopped the damn floor with him.
Shaq got points because of size. That was it.
That was it. And then Tim Duncan comes into the league when Robinson started getting older. And
The Admiral.
The Admiral. But I'm like, guys, is strength necessary? Yes, if we didn't have strength, we couldn't stand up. Is it the most important thing in sports? No. No, it's not.
Words are name.
That was just pure talent.
Isaiah Thomas.
Which one? The good one or the shithead who now plays?
The original Detroit Piston. IU graduate.
Just making sure, goddammit. No, but our kids today are so, like, listen.
Don't know the word Rudy. Right? All you got to do is teach them Rudy.
See, now kids who...
You're
see,
5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing.
Please tell me Rudy, Mikey.
Yes, of course I do. What?
I'm not sure, but I think I just heard my bullshit meter go off. Hold on, let me check that.
Listen, that is the one movie my dad made me watch when I was younger.
Where did Rudy play?
He went to Notre Dame and played there. Correction, he was on the football. Notre Dame.
He played. No, you're right. He played. What was his first name?
Dude, the last time I watched this movie was like 10 years ago. I could barely remember what happened yesterday.
Fair.
Now, the weird part is I could tell you when I watched it. The last time I watched it was actually 10th grade, Earth Science. Don't ask me why, but...
That right there is a teacher fucking phoning it in. That, if there's the quintessential, iconic teacher phoning it in at any time during the year, it's a fucking science teacher showing a sports movie.
Now, see, that's what the principal was aware of, because my Earth Science teacher, we never found out what exactly happened to her, but like she disappeared halfway through the year, and we had a multitude of subs for the remaining half of the year. So the last one we got,
the teacher who said, "Fuck it."
So the sub we got for the last 2 weeks, I liked him. He was cool. So we basically watched movies like the last week and a half of school because there was nothing else to do. Let me tell you, we ended up watching Rudy. It was a cheesy action flick from the 2000s called Shoot 'Em, which has the iconic carrot into the eye scene. Now, granted, this is freshman.
Oh, that is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Not belittle the movie Shoot 'Em Up.
No.
Oh no, I love it. It's one of my favorites.
And say it only has one iconic scene.
No, I'm sorry. When the dude is shooting the freaking merry-go-round.
Yes.
I love that movie, but yeah, we watched that one. We watched Rudy. We ended up watching Friday.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. That's an also iconic movie. Damn.
My question is how did you get through school? How did it get through the school to watch Shoot 'Em Up and Friday?
We didn't tell anybody?
Colleen snitches. That's good on you.
No, I liked my Earth Science period. We were cool.
That's the problem nowadays. You can't get away with half the stuff because people talk too damn much.
Not even that. These kids are nosy as fuck. Going back to what I said earlier, there's no such thing as a private life. Mr. Laguillo, I know you have a Twitch and a TikTok. I'm like, okay, and so does everyone else. What do you want, a cookie?
I start the year off writing my TikTok on the board. It's not self-promoting. It's the fact is I do not want to spend the rest of the year with people randomly going, I found you on TikTok. We're not a huge town. I live in Panama City Beach, Florida. Your For You page is going to put anybody you're going to run across everybody.
Yeah.
So I say this way, it's up there. I don't have to play the game. It's there. I have a TikTok. There it is. And I still get people at the end of the year. You have a TikTok? You know how many times we've talked about this in class?
Look at the board. The name is still up there.
It's right there. Normally I don't care, but oh my gosh, Brett. So Mike heard the recent horror story of one time when I was on Twitch. And it worked out in the end, but this is what had happened. So this is a rehash story. But, so, I like to consider myself a connoisseur of all things nerd and geekdom all over the place. Comic books, movies, music, tabletop, RPGs, video games, whatever. So one of my big things that I enjoy is Dungeons & Dragons. Yes, nerdy, I know, but you know what? I enjoy it. It's cool. So I play in a game that's on Twitch that gets streamed, and so I'm looking through the comments section as I normally do, and then I see someone that we haven't seen in a bit. I'm like, this is a new name. Hold up, let me read this comment. And this comment says, "Oh my goodness, it's my math teacher, Mr. Leguillo." Is like, "You go." I'm like, "Oh no." I'm like, I'm like, first of all, how did they find out? Second of all, I was like, what is happening? So I literally had the next day, I went to the principal and I was like, listen, I need to tell you something. So I explained what happened. The principal was just, okay, cool. I was just like, thank you for letting me know. And trust me, what you do on your off time, I don't care. As long as you're not out there being racist and homophobic and all kinds of stuff, like, you're cool. I'm sorry that you have no privacy, but you're fine. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's just, and don't worry about it. You're good. I'm like, whew, thank gosh. But I was just, oh no. That was the only time I've ever freaked out about a student finding me online. I was like, no, you can't be telling your parents like this, because I tend to be more relaxed on that. So I'm like cursing up a storm. I make innuendos. I'm like,
Clam up real quick on that one, I tell you what.
I was so terrified during that. I was like,
When one student found my Twitch, I was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I play COD and Apex, and there's no getting around the 85 F-bombs in 10 seconds because you forgot how to reload your fucking gun.
It's still not half as bad. Mikey's probably still too young to remember the original Call of Duty players. Freaking the player lounge.
Oh,
you want to talk about some hurt feelings?
Holy shit!
Before people could get IP addresses from other people, and there was like 100% on freaking anonymity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Jesus.
Yeah, we gotta get out there and play some COD. We gotta get Mikey to play COD. He likes to play like no first person.
I put down the sticks, bro. I retired.
What?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'd much rather go out on my boat.
Ah, true.
That's fair.
That's right. I just picked up my first. You need to make a video of you holding one of our product. I picked up a pen.
Oh shit.
Bastion. What the fuck is it called? Oh shit. Where'd it go? It's called Bastion Bolt Action Pen.
Oh, nice. Have you gotten the coldest water people to come after you yet?
No, I want them to.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's 7 videos, 120 bucks.
I just got Snapple.
No shit.
In the creator marketplace, you can do all that shit once you hit 100,000.
Oh fuck yeah. Well,
So I gotta go buy some Snapple tomorrow.
We'll never see that.
Yes, you will. Shut your dirty whore mouth.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah.
That's another thing I can't sound, because that sounded very similar to fucking.
Ooh.
No,
I have my fucking 6th graders going, oh, Mr. Collie, ooh, woo. And I'm like, no.
Y'all don't know what that means.
And then when you partner it with this, ooh, woo, get the fuck out.
Yeah, I had a couple of them start that stuff, and I'm like, no, you guys knock that off.
This doesn't mean what you think it means.
For those of you who are wondering, it is the shooting gun position, thumb up, index finger out, touching together. If you're old enough, you know what the fuck that means.
And if you're really old enough, you're crossing the streams.
Sword fighting.
If you've never gone to the bathroom and said, "Hey, nice watch,"
On the next episode, we talk about what happens with sensitivity training. We're not going to.
That's not fucking okay. You don't make that fucking joke during the school. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm gonna get a fucking email tomorrow. We tracked your IP address and we heard what the fuck you said about your kids. We need to go through a sensitivity.
they just heard the joke, and it was so funny. Even the lady in HR wants to hear it.
Thank God our director of HR is a man. He'll get the joke.
We used to weird people out. Whoever needed room in a bathroom, we used being retired military, especially I was a cop for 20 years. There's very little that can be said that's going to offend me. And we used to sit there and go to the bathroom. And you'd be standing there, man, this water is cold and deep. And you'd be sitting there busted. Man, I hate when they put cigarette butts in here. I said, yeah, I know, they make them soggy and hard to light. People become so uncomfortable. But speaking of bathroom, I've been thinking about this one. Why is it every time if you have to utilize the number 2 facility, somebody knocks on that door or tries to open the door, everybody learns to speak Spanish?
In that minute, you are Mexican.
Ocupado.
100%.
Ocupado. Why?
You're sitting down, you get all comfortable, you got your ass cheeks spread out just enough, and you're leaning into it just enough to not make sound because you're at work, and then all of a sudden you're...
No matter where you go to the bathroom. Ocupado. Why? I don't ever remember learning that in Spanish. I never even actually took Spanish. I took German. I can't tell you that word in German, but I can tell you it in Spanish.
100%. Yeah.
Also,
It checks out.
I swear, I don't trust this crop of 6th graders I have this year. I don't even trust them to go to the restroom anymore, especially after 2 of them decided to lock all the stalls and lock a kid in.
I feel so bad because they have, for safety reasons and OSHA and all that stuff, they have to have the open stalls and whatnot. Anybody who has to drop a deuce in school, the minute they see the shoes pointed the outwards instead of inwards, it's like cell phones are going off over the... I got pictures taken of me while I was on the shitter. And I'm like,
Yeah.
these people not realize the sanctity of the throne.
Nope.
These kids don't respect the throne, bro. They don't.
They don't at all. They don't. They pay so much disrespect to the throne, and it's a good throne. Some of them are good thrones. Some of them are
It doesn't matter if it's comfortable or not. There is the decorum that comes to the on the throne.
Kids these days don't know what a courtesy flush is.
Give the courtesy cough. If you're in a public...
Or the whistle if somebody comes in and you're just like, you're waiting on it to happen and someone comes in and you're like, that the way they know that there's somebody in there and they're going to do their due diligence. Hey, there's somebody taking a shit right now. All right, we're good.
You need to get in, get your business, and get out because I'm about to destroy this thing.
Yeah, the worst part about it is when the guy sits in the stall 2 doors down from you, and then you hear the ass protector, and you're like, are we going to have a dueling shit right now? Because I'm pretty sure I ate a lot of fiber for dinner last night, sir, and...
We're playing battle shits. Fuck you. I will fucking destroy you.
Oh, God.
with the copious amounts of coffee and energy drinks I drink during a day, sir, there's a reason why I use the handicap stall, aside from the fact that I'm fat and handicapped.
It's got a fucking handrail to hold on to for a reason.
I told Nike about this when it happened a couple weeks ago. Finally, after 42 years of life, especially when they only have the handicap stall. That's your only option. There is no... It's a urinal and at the freaking big stall. I step out of the stall. Guess who's waiting on me? And Christopher Reeves. I mean, it's dude in the wheelchair is sitting there. Did you take your time in there? And I'm like, trying not to make eye contact. It was the only option, but the fact is that it's a handicap stall, and there was a handicapped person outside the said stall.
Huh? Shit will get you every time, and you're just like, oh.
The option. I felt bad, and I was just sitting there going, could have gotten up faster. I'm sorry, my bad. Felt like you were standing around waiting for me.
Too soon. We're talking. No, not quite.
Hey, better.
God,
Better swing.
my favorite thing to do is
You go into a bathroom. Multiple urinals up against the wall. Which one do you take?
Anybody else in there?
No, you're the first one to walk in.
This one to the right, that's not that. So if you've got 3 stalls, it's the third one.
Yeah, it's the farthest to the right.
Yeah.
Next to the wall.
So nobody has to walk back behind you. If you're doing your business, nobody's walking behind you.
You're the second person through in this situation. Where do you go?
Stall.
What was that?
The first stall. Oh, sorry. The first.
You leave a gap. You leave a gap.
Yeah.
I was at the airport, and I walked all the way to the end. Started my business, and I hear somebody else walk in. So I turn. You turn your body a little bit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in airports they don't have the divider.
Not trying to show them your watch.
Yeah. Guy comes up and stands right next to me, and I stop and I'm like, courtesy cough. Nothing. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Is that watch accurate?
Is that waterproof? We're about to test it.
I finish my business. He stays in there, obviously embarrassed. I go sit down at my gate.
Oh no.
Who comes and sit next to me? Next to his wife. Guess who's sitting directly across the aisle from me on the whole plane ride there? So eventually, the husband looks at the wife and goes, I got to tell you something. And the wife leans over and goes, I've told him to stop doing that shit. You're a repeat offender? Bro, we need to take your urinal card. You are stall only at this point.
Yeah. The question is, where did you learn this etiquette from?
Nowhere. It's just common fucking sense. It's ingrained in male DNA.
Mikey, where'd you learn it?
Mikey's on his phone.
He might be asleep.
Sorry, my principal just sent me an email.
We're not broadcasting this live, are we?
Shit.
By the time it comes out, it's like be way past it.
Yeah, but
We're fine.
we learn, where do we get this etiquette from? I actually bring that up as a point of discussion in my class because we'll get off topic really easily in mine.
Just like this podcast.
Just because I think we've maybe spent 10% actually talking about teacher shit, and the rest of it is just talking about whatever the.
Listen, our fourth co-host will probably keep us in line if we're being completely honest. Actually, no. It's gonna go off the rails real quick, and I'm here for it.
Exactly. But we get this stuff. It's something that you pick up. We don't know where. Nobody knows.
Nope.
It's not written down anywhere. These are man laws.
Yes. Yeah.
There's one pizza and one beer left. What do you take?
Could you repeat the question? I was actually watching a TikTok.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. So, man law, discussing man laws. There is one pizza left and one beer left. What do you do? Friends.
How many people?
There are 6 total people.
Finally, how many of each of you personally consumed? Each?
Yes. This is what is remaining after everybody has consumed. And you take both.
Oh, no, you're getting your ass kicked for that one.
There you go. One or the other.
You look down. You don't. Fuck that. Man Law 201. Let's go to your sophomore level class here. It's you and a friend. You're at your friend's house. Beer or pizza. You didn't bring the beer. Do you still take the beer?
You can still do what if you didn't bring. No, you can't take the last one. If you did not provide, you cannot take the last. Even if they. I don't want the pizza. You still cannot take the last at any time for that.
No,
that is
unless they literally push it in front of your face.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the only caveat to it.
Yep.
All right. Still in the 2.0 course of the curriculum, bring a 12-pack.
Okay.
End of the night, you still have some remaining in that 12-pack.
How many are left? Take a roadie, leave the rest.
Okay, that one that isn't authorized. That I'll have it. You just do not box up and say, "Okay, I'm heading home after this."
No, hey, I'm just gonna grab this one, take it home with me. The rest of yours, it's unspoken. You just leave it on the fucking counter.
Exactly. You don't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, here's your beer back." No, that's because I came into your house. This is an offering. Buddies.
No, if only we could teach these man laws to our kids.
When you get into the section about the cookout rules, I'm like, now see,
Look,
so like,
I'm going to pull the race card for a second.
uh-huh.
Mike's, and I'm listening. Let's just be honest. I love to cook, but there's always one race who you don't come to a cookout.
You don't invite or you don't.
There's no such thing as a cookout. There's no, stop it. If you are clear, there is no such thing as a cookout. It is a fucking picnic. What?
There's the barbecue. Not the cookout, but it is the barbecue. Up in Texas, we have the barbecue.
Yeah, but look what the other part of the population of Texas is. It's the people who, if you get invited to the cookout, you fucking made it.
Like I said, you made it in the world if you get invited to the cookout or if you get invited to the quince. Now, see, the quince rules is like that advanced level, which once you get there, you've made it, but you better do your homework because it goes bananas.
Yes.
Like,
and you
when you
better
get
be
there,
prepared to
nope.
eat until they're done.
Yes, nobody eats until the quince. It's mostly the quince girl, but sometimes I've been to a quinceañero, which is the boy version of it, but nobody
Those are so
eats.
rare.
I know. But nobody eats until they're ready because
Oh no, I'm not even talking about the initial eating. I'm talking about you say you're done eating. Until the abuela tells you're done.
You get that fucking abuelita who's got the chancla and she can throw that shit with a fucking curve.
What is portion control? There's no such thing.
Hi, this is why I am the way I am.
Times I've had to scarf down like 4 to 6 extra tamales.
Bro, so I was with this was many years ago. I dated this Latina chick, and she had no idea that I understood Latina culture.
Right.
Okay? We walk into the house. I speak Spanish. So I'm very respectful. Ask if I need to take my shoes off because you never know. There's always that one couch that you never fucking sit on. Never sit on it. And I sit down and the abuela comes up and she goes, "Oh, mijo, you look hungry." And I look down at my gut and I go, "Oh, you're sweet." And I said, "Yeah, what's for, what do we got today? It all smells amazing," which is never a lie because fucking always smells good.
We got menudo, we got tripe, we got lengua.
And I'm like, I'll have it all. And this girl looks at me and she goes,
You don't have to eat it. There's a lot of Mexicans. There's a lot of Mexicans who don't even eat menudo.
and I'm
Don't
like,
ask what's in it. It's good. Just don't eat it. Don't ask
Yeah,
what's in
I'm
it.
like, yeah, no, just don't. And she goes, she's going to put a bowl in front of you, and if you don't eat it, you're going to get in trouble. And I'm like, why do you think I asked for it?
I already know this fucking rule. And then if they ask if you want more, you don't say, I'm full. Sure.
No, you can. You're just gonna go missing. But
You don't want to do enough.
No, I learned that at a very young age.
Mijo, you need to eat. I'm like, but grandma, I've already had 9. Mijo, fucking eat it. Okay. My town abuelita, if she called you down for any kind, if there was a fiesta happening, to wear your stretchy pants.
And when I say stretchy pants, I'm talking Joey from Friends wearing the maternity pants to eat the turkey stretchy pants. Because you were walking out with a food baby.
And not only the food baby, but at least 2 plates to go home with.
And you can't say no. You're sitting there with the goddamn sweats. And this isn't at this point, this isn't even racial. This is at any fucking cookout where you have an older member of the family there. You cannot leave there. You have the meat sweats.
You're dripping barbacoa juice out your forehead.
You're like sitting there and going,
That's the sausage I ate yesterday.
Why does this taste like tapatio?
Oh my goodness!
Why does my sweat smell like cilantro? I don't know.
Like it's a medical mystery.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sir, what is that in your sir? Smells good in here. What's in your pocket? What's that green bag in your pocket? I swear, officer, it's cilantro. I swear to God.
It's Hatch green chilies.
Oh no!
Damn it, now I want Mexican food. Son of a bitch.
It's only 7:30 where you're at. It's 10:30 here.
It's 8:30 where I'm at.
I'm looking at the clock in your back. And change the one behind you.
I didn't change that shit for daylight savings time.
I'm like, it's barely 8:30.
It's 10:30 here.
No, it's 11:30 for you, sweetheart.
No, it's 10:30. Yeah, it's 10:30.
Do you not celebrate? Does your area not do daylight savings time?
Central.
In Florida?
Do I need to pull up a map?
You got to remember what part of Florida I'm in.
My brother lives in Phoenix City, Alabama. That's Eastern time. Wait a minute. Geography was never my strong suit.
No shit. Yeah, once I get on the far side of Tallahassee, we turn central.
Fuck, is it really that far in? Jesus, okay.
Yeah, I'm Panama City. We're Panhandle. We're only 2 hours from Pensacola. Yeah, you got to remember, Florida is. Everybody thinks that Florida's this tiny freaking state, but I'm 7 hours from Disney, so that's just to give you a reference point.
Damn.
Fair. Jesus. God, can you imagine when Chad gets? Chad. Oh, this guy. Fuck. Good thing we didn't have him on today either. He's in a mood.
Oh yeah, he is. I've seen a lot of his stuff. He is perturbed as shiza right now.
Yeah. Oh, I said it's one of my 6th grade boys. You made history fun. Thank you so much. I'll never forget you. I'm like, oh, so sweet. Thank you. Your class is full of a bunch of dickheads, but you're a good one.
You're the least dickhead of them all.
On a scale of 1 to asshole, you're minimal.
Yeah, you're a choke.
You're tolerable.
Oh my God, that word is making a comeback. I'm out in the hallway doing my hallway supervision, and I'm listening to these 8th graders walk by. And I hear another girl say to another girl, "Don't be a douche." And I'm like, "Hey, watch it." And she goes, "But it's part of the female anatomy." I said, "We ain't teaching female anatomy here. Stop it." And then about 2 minutes later, this guy walks by and goes, "Bro, can you believe that guy outside? He was being such a chode." I'm like, "Hey, where did you hear that?" My dad told me about it. I'm like, "Oh, God."
These parents.
Yeah, I got kids still using the word gooch, so I'm okay.
I just realized I need to figure out how to convert this from USB to 3.5 millimeter, this microphone, and put it in my classroom.
I don't know what happened to your audio. Oh no.
And he's supposed to be the one helping me with my microphone?
Nope.
Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. We are continuing technical errors at this time.
Hello? Hey.
There we go.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good in Vietnam. Somehow I clicked the wrong fucking button. I don't know what the fuck.
It happens.
But, gentlemen, this has been
An experiment.
interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say interesting in a very intriguing way that's going to have me coming back for more. It's that weird girl at the strip club that you look at her and go, "I don't want to see you dance anymore." You take 2 steps away. Wait, actually, yes, I do.
It's morbid curiosity, I believe,
Yes.
is the correct term you're
Yes.
looking for.
There it is.
And this usually is the way it has to go, because Mikey and I will go on forever until one of us goes, "Crap, you know how late this is." Mikey's going to spend a week trying to upload this. And yes, he just snorted.
I won't go say shit.
Nah.
Somebody's going to. Somebody has to.
Somebody come get him. He's snorting pixie sticks.
So how did your plan come out for this podcast there, Mikey?
Yeah, now that we have caught up with Future Self,
Future self that is currently editing this thought it was going to be worse than it was. It actually turned out to be a lot better than it was.
on a scale of 1 to 10 on the shit show meter, it was only a 9.5. Awesome.